feed. E, we're live on YouTube, Instagram, Face of the Book. Welcome, people. I'll let Adria take over. Hello, Adria.
Hi. Hi, guys. Happy New Year. It is now officially 2018. And Happy New Year. I hope none of you guys are making resolutions that you know you darn well cannot keep. Let's go ahead and decide not to make resolutions. Instead, maybe make some solutions to some problems that we have in life.
Oh, wow. I've never heard that before. You came up with that?
No, people say that all the time. Solutions instead of resolutions.
Okay. I like
Yeah, because resolutions are typically to fix a problem that you're having, like you're a little overweight, or you got some money issues, or you got some relationship issues. So don't resolve to fix it. Just come up with a solution. Just make some more money, eat a little bit better. It's the same thing, but it's just not, concrete. You don't feel bad when don't follow through. Because I'm not changing at all. I'm fine just the way I am. I have nothing to do. Hey, Steven, and I missed the previous name that was on Facebook. I am logging into YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. See you all. This is show number 36. I do believe. Yes, it is Thursday, January 4th, and I appreciate you joining myself and Ty the Flipman Taylor as we answer your questions in regards to wholesaling and residential commercial properties, whatever your cup of tea may be. But how it works is we're live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. You post your questions. I read the questions. Ty answers the questions. You're here because you want to make some type of change in your life. Maybe make a little bit more money. Maybe this is going to be your own income, supplement your income. So the information that you get here today, the questions that you ask, are going to really help you out. He has over 200 plus videos that are available to you on YouTube. This video will be in addition to that. Because although we're live right now, we are recording and it will be available even for you to still ask questions. When you ask your questions, tell me your name. Hi, Rhonda from New Jersey and Billy from Seattle and Britt Brat, you were first. Absolutely. Hey, fam. Tell me your name and tell me your location. Your questions can be better answered for you in your area if you give us your location. Sydney from H-Town. Yeah, y'all remember H-Town, that group? Oh, yes. By the Rock and Knocking Boots. Used to love that. Dino was my man. Anyway, Mike from New York. Hey, Mike is always in the house on YouTube helping me out, answering questions here and there. I see you guys on Instagram. What we're doing now, we're just casually waiting for Ty to get all his links up together. Mike in Baltimore, going around doing a few shout outs. Again, I'm Adria, this is Ty, and you are part of the Flippinar. Go ahead and start posting your questions, guys. If you're new, let me know. Marcus, welcome from DC, and Freddie from Milwaukee. Ooh, I think that's the first time I've ever heard Milwaukee. Have you heard me say Milwaukee before?
I don't think so. If there's anyone in Mobile or those surrounding areas, try to remind me to say this later. I need your help on a property in that area. I thought I had somebody down, even though I'm originally from down there. Like I can't get none of my folks to help me. But yeah, if you're in that area, definitely post it in the message so I can get in touch with you. We can make a little money together. So
all right, those Mobile area people, Daphne, Pritchard, Baymanette, Milry. all in that little.
I guess we're not echoing on our Facebook. I guess we're good.
I don't know. No one said anything. Jervon, Steven, or Akila, can you tell us whether we're echoing on Facebook? We tried a new platform, and last week we had some under the water tunnel talk going, and y'all continuously told us that, but we couldn't fix it. So let us know if you have that. And let's see here. Connor, New Jersey, and oh, okay. Day trader. That's going to be our first question from Uh-oh. Mike says Facebook is good.
Okay.
Yeah, Jimmy from West Palm Beach. Hey, but Carrie says she hears an echo. They say it's an echo on my side now. I'm not even on anything.
So yeah, you're good. I can hear you good.
I'm sorry.
Still an echo on Facebook?
Huh?
Still an echo on Facebook?
Mike said it just started messing up. It said not on your side, on my side. Oh, they're trying to be funny. Hold on a second. Let me see. I don't see how. I don't even have any sound.
Maybe this mic I got it too close to what's the name? So ask them, is that better?
They're saying it's on my end. The funny thing is I don't even have any sound on that particular device.
Don't mess with you. You good. We'll roll with it. I think as long as I'm not echoing, we'll roll with it.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I guess we haven't figured that out. We're on YouTube. Yeah, and Instagram. All right. But we're going to go ahead and get started. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Any tidbits? Anything you want to say before we begin?
And let's get it.
All right. Day Trader on Instagram says his name is Trey. Oh, I see what you did there. Day Trader, and his name is Trey. Okay, he's in Hawaii, and he was told that he needed a license to wholesale. Have you heard of this before anywhere else?
You don't need a license. That's someone that, number one, who are you talking to? Who answered that question for you? That's the first thing. But no, you don't need a license. They say that everywhere, son. Sir.
Anthony says they can hear someone's conversation. Crazy. I don't know. All right, Day Trade, I hope that answered your question. Jay, it has been a long time since I've seen you on here. He's on Instagram. Let's see here. Clifton says he has no video on YouTube. Yeah, I'm 100% YouTube is just fine. So Clifton,
that's on there. He needs to refresh his screen. That's on him, I think.
I don't know. Billy says so too. Can you see live video yet?
On YouTube?
On YouTube?
I'm looking at it myself.
LD? Yeah, all of them are saying no video on YouTube.
Really?
Really? Wow.
Yeah, because I can see it fine. Check some of my phone here.
I just don't know what to do with this thing, man.
Yeah, because we don't have a lot watching on YouTube like we normally do.
No, that's just... let me go into that and come back out. Because they said it's on my end. They said they can hear someone's conversation. And you want to keep going while I reload that?
What? Reload what?
7 on Facebook.
Yeah, you're not on, and no, you need to come back. Or you want what you say? You want me to redo it?
That's what I thought, Shaq. Shaq say he see it's just fine. He see your shiny head.
I know.
Oh, that's okay, Billy. Just go ahead and close it down and open it back up. We'll do that, I guess, all the way around. Yeah. Go ahead and I'm just gonna tell you, I don't like this new thing. No. And it's probably just on my end, living in the boonies in the woods and whatnot. See, Shaq says it's your audio that's not fine. I knew it wasn't me. Brandon, okay, guys, let's go ahead and take like 20 seconds. Log out, log back into YouTube because I have like 6 people who said they can't see anything. You log out, log back in because YouTube really isn't the problem right now. Now, Facebook might have some issues on my end, but Well,
I don't see you on. You're not on Facebook. You're trying to get back on.
Yeah, I'm loading that one back up.
Okay. You typing all that stuff in?
Am I typing it in now?
I mean, you typing the URL in?
No. I was talking to them on YouTube.
Okay. Okay.
You can hear me typing?
Yeah. Tap.
Tap. I apologize. Damn. Now, child, you got a flip phone. Yeah, you need to do something about that. Even okay. Yeah, this is gone. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and read a question because hopefully those from you Facebook has bounced over because I have tons of questions I'm gonna get behind and I'll work on that.
Well, I'm still on Facebook. Am I echoing on Facebook? You can still read their message on Facebook?
I can.
Yeah. So ask him, am I echoing now?
No.
Okay.
They said Flip's conversation is clear.
Okay.
But they still say they can hear another conversation. And they can hear me. Oh, they say they can hear me clearly in the background. They just can't see me. So we'll roll with it. They just won't see me.
Well, we'll roll with it. Yeah. We'll roll with it.
All right. Sorry, guys. Janja Poe says she's a big Milry fan.
That's my sister.
I was gonna say, who know where that hole at?
Hey, that's my sister.
Okay, picking back up on the questions, guys. Teran Wilson from Atlanta says he closed his first deal this week. It took him 5 weeks because the seller kept changing their minds. The buyer found him on My House Deals, and the deal was in motion. He paid all the closing. Way to go, Teran.
How much you make?
Yeah, we being nosy. How much you make? Okay, guys. So he is officially one of the first ones to meet Malachi's bet that said somebody had to do a deal by January 5th. Teran did it.
Oh, he did.
Anybody else got a check?
Challenge.
That's right. And I see Malachi's not here, so yeah. Oh, today was his birthday though. So okay, MLC Homes has 3 properties commercial zoned side by side as townhomes converted. One a former music studio, and the other 2 were combined with walls knocked down to house a marketing firm. All 3 are worth upper 300s. Offered to me as a package deal for $600K by a fellow flipper. Deal or no deal?
What's the ARV? Did I miss that in that equation?
He said all 3 are worth upper 300. So we'll say 900 if they are each worth 300.
And they just empty lots?
No, they're all commercial zoned side by side into townhomes. So it's 3 properties.
That's not enough information. Are they rented or are they vacant? What condition are they in? That's not enough information.
Okay, MLC on YouTube. If you heard that, give us a little more information on those properties. And
We
I
don't
do
have
understand that
anything
your
on
question is,
Facebook.
I'm getting it. It's commercial and it's vacant.
Okay.
Is what they said. Okay, as far as Facebook, let me get back over there then. I'll have to do that from here. No, I'm not up there because they said it was just too much feedback. I don't know why, but I guess I'll have to figure that out later. On Instagram, Brienne says she has land under contract but can't find a buyer. Is there a big market of buyers for land?
Very tough sale, especially if it's in an area where if it's in an area where there's no development going on. Uh, it's very difficult to wholesale land unless like with anything you just get it at an unbelievable price. But the most difficult thing is there for not a lot of transactions that are going on as far as a land being purchased, then you don't have anything to go by. That's one of the issues. The other thing is that um, uh, it's it's a good thing in the sense that it's not hard to show, but that's the only positive. But land is very difficult because there's a lot of speculation that goes into it when you're dealing with land. So very difficult. The reason it's difficult because it is difficult. That's the reason why you're having the trouble, moving those. Very difficult. The reason it's difficult because it is difficult. That's the reason why you're having the trouble, moving those.
All right, got that working. All right, so hopefully that answers your question there. Terrence, in regards to his deal that he's completed, I found a property. The owner is an investor who has a property that he wants to transfer to me on a quick claim for $1,000. The house has a $25 lien.
You can stop. Quick claim deeds are not worth anything. Can't get title insurance on those. If he owns the property, he just needs to he needs to sell you the property.
All right, there you have it. Now, this is a question from Facebook. If you want to go there and have it listed up. It's Robert Develos' question.
Okay.
And he's asking for advice on a wholesaling website. Should you have one separate site for motivated sellers and one site for cash buyers to market the properties you have under contract, or both combined?
Well, I've seen where both are combined, and when I initially started, I had both combined. But in my opinion, they need to be separated. They need to be separated. Which that's why, of course, y'all know I have tons of sites, but they need to be separated.
All right. Another question from Facebook from Javon. She says she's working on a JV for 3 properties. I'm bringing the buyers. The seller is asking $30K. Could I have put it out for a higher price to my buyers?
Wait a minute. What's the ARV on it?
Okay, so Javon, if you're listening, which I know you are because you've been posting pretty quickly. What's the ARV on those 3 properties that you're speaking of? See if you can post that, and we'll continue with your question there. Leave her question up on Facebook. We'll add to it once she posts, and I will go over to YouTube. And Terrence, who closed on his deal, said he made $5,000.
That's what's happening. 5 big ones, $100.
That can change some things. Okay. It'll make a difference in something. Mark on YouTube says he just got his signs in, but I'm too afraid to talk to sellers. Oh, this ain't gonna work then, baby. Okay. I do not have a cash buyers list because I'm just starting out. Should I hang my signs even though I don't have a buyer's list?
Yeah, yes. Buyers are easy. The hard part is sellers. You need sellers. You have something to offer buyers. That's easy. Just advertise, let them know it exists in your market. So you don't need a buyer's list. You need sellers. Sellers are hard. It's not difficult to get away money. I explain every week. Those are buyers. It is difficult for someone to give you money. Those are sellers. Money in the sense of equity in their property, a lot of equity. That's the part you need to focus on, the harder part. Buyers are easy if you have something to offer. Both work. You can build a buyer's list if you want. I'm just telling you, it's easy to do. So focus on the hard part. Finding a great deal.
Okay. On Instagram, Rel asks, what's a good amount of signs to put up per month?
I would recommend 50 a week, so that's 200 a month.
All right. 50 a week, 200 a month. So when you make your order, that first 200, don't put them up all at the same time. Strategically place them. See if they stay up a little while. Make sure you're putting them up correctly. Use zip tie method if you're using heavily trafficked intersections, and or there's plenty of videos on how to put them up, but just get them up. Let's see here. Javon never came back and gave me an answer in regards to the ARV for those 3 properties. She may have logged off momentarily, but I'll keep in mind on that. Let's see here on Instagram. Real Estate Neef says, what other marketing strategies would you suggest if having little to no money for it?
Well, targeting landlords, I'm going to always go to that because you can do that free. That's entails cold calling offline and online. Online, Zillow, Craigslist, those sites have areas where their properties are for rent. Obviously, the bigger city that you're in, the more properties are going to be for rent. The reason that you target landlords is because you're just playing the numbers game to see if you can encounter some tired landlords, people that are tired of the business, want to retire, whatever. Because in most cases, no matter what form of marketing you do, whether it's banner signs, direct mail, the internet, whatever, the largest group of individuals, from my experience, that are going to call you are going to be landlords, people that own rental properties. So you can be proactive if you don't have a budget and reach out to them directly. They're trying to rent their properties. So whenever you contact them, you ask them a question. Is the property still available? Whether they say yes or no, it really doesn't matter. You follow up. Well, I'm not calling about renting your property. Would you be interested in selling your property? If they say yes, obviously you'll collect the necessary information to evaluate and maybe get to a workable price for both of you all. If they say no, your follow-up question will be, well, how close can I come? How close can you come to your follow-up question would be, do you have anything else you would like to sell? Okay, and so you just go from there. So there you go. Target landlords offline and online. Offline, just driving around those generic red and white, black and white for rent signs. Normally, that'll be the actual owner. And one thing, whenever you're targeting properties that are rented or for rent online, a lot of those will be property managers and or realtors that are managing the properties for the owners, but you can still ask them, so you never know.
All right, now back to MLC question on YouTube.
Whose question?
It was in regards to the commercial vacant properties that have been converted into 3. It's on YouTube. 3 towns.
YouTube. Oh, sorry, YouTube. Go ahead.
Yeah. They're great, but they need work. They're in good condition, but can stand for improvements. Could possibly be worth 1 million. A fellow flipper is offering it to me. Should I take the deal? Is what he was wanting to know.
So, so he said they could be worth 1 million. Then what's the situation on them?
Oh, hold up. Let me scroll up. I'm sorry. It's in bits and pieces. I have to. Okay, let me start off. 3 properties, commercial zone, side by side as townhomes converted. One a former music studio, and the other 2 were combined with walls knocked down to house a marketing firm. Okay, all 3 are worth upper 300s. They were offered to him as a package deal for 600K by a fellow flipper. They need minimal work, could use some improvements, could go for roughly 1 million. Is it a deal?
Yeah, but it don't really doesn't work that way with commercial. Um, yeah, I would have to know what type of neighborhood they're in, what surrounds them, all that'll factor in. Just saying that they're worth 300. If you're getting that from a flipper, even if it was from an owner, you can't go by what they say. You have to do your own due diligence. Really just hard. Even at 600, sounds like it may be an attractive deal, but you would have to know what's going on in the area or whatever. I couldn't go by what that guy says anyway, though. Just couldn't. You got to do your own due diligence on that in order to even have an idea if they're even close to being worth that. Square footage of the building, the lot size, obviously, as I said, the condition. Doesn't sound like any income is coming in on the properties or whatever, which makes them even less valuable depending on where they are. So it's still just not enough information. It's just not as cut and dry like it is with houses. You know that a house is worth 1 million if it's fixed up because you got comps to go by. Doesn't work that way with commercial. It just doesn't work that way.
All right, Ready Freddy on YouTube asks, can he use your assignment contract in Wisconsin?
No
In
doubt.
referencing,
Well, it's not an assignment contract. It's a purchase and sales agreement. But yeah, you can use it in Wisconsin.
okay, guys, what Freddie is talking about is the 1-page purchase and sale agreement that Ty has been using for years. It gets the job done. He makes it available to you for free. Simply visit flipman.net. Yeah. To get that contract. You use it for the buyer and the seller. Wait a minute. He got some. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, finish. I'm gonna say it after you finish. Go ahead.
I'm done.
Guess what this month is?
January? New month.
Yeah, I get that, but you're brilliant.
I don't
As
know.
of this month,
Uh-huh.
15 years in this thing.
Yay! Congratulations.
15.
15 years. 15 big kahunas.
Well, I'm saying that in the sense that that's when I started actually, learning and pursuing. But January of 03. Yeah. This question.
It's your anniversary.
It's your anniversary.
Hey, that's something to celebrate.
You
Okay.
You got nothing on what's on Facebook?
You just like playing with that new little thing, and then I got cussed out 3 ways sideways about it.
I think your internet doesn't. We'll get to that. We're gonna handle that.
Okay, so yes, I do have questions on Facebook. Ericus, oh, that's cute. Ericus Chase on Facebook asks, "Are auctions?" See, you weren't even ready for me.
Okay.
Are auctions worth looking into for deals?
Are auctions worth looking into for deals on Facebook?
Ericus Chase, yes.
Boom, that's a question. If you got cash to spend, yes. Other than that, no. If you gotta have the money. It's that simple. It's not the same thing. If you got cash, yes.
Now, Javon posted the question earlier about the 3 properties for 30K. She has come back and said that the ARV is 45. Her question was earlier.
Okay, I see her right here. I see her. Okay, yeah.
You see the original question? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's posted up. Did you put it up?
Yeah.
Okay, so the ARV is 45K and they only need 1 to 2,000 in repairs and can be rented for 650 to 750. So now is that a good deal?
The ARV is 30, is 40. What is it?
45.
And she could get it for 30.
Mm-hmm.
What you think?
I, well, with 1 to 2,000 repairs, we'll just round up and say 38, whatever. It's not a lot of wiggle room, but I do believe she said that was 3 properties though.
3 properties each, or 3 properties total for that amount?
Well, doggone it. You know what? Let's go back here. What did she say? She said, I'm working on a JV for 3 properties. I'm bringing the buyers. The seller is asking 30K. Could I put it out for a higher price to my buyers? I don't know. I can't say there's 30K per property because it could be in one of those areas.
We need a little bit more information, babe. I'm assuming that's a female, baby girl. We need a little bit more information on it. Is that 30K per property? Is that 10K per property? And the ARV is still only 45 total. Yeah, we need a little bit more information on that.
Each. She said each.
It's 30K each.
30K. Okay, still, if it's 30K each or 45K each, how much are you getting all 3 properties for from the seller? That number.
What's the ARV for each? Let me just say that. I'll just ask you what you were gonna say. But if that's not a deal, any way you want to slice it up, 30 and 45, there's no money there to be made. There's no money there to be made. Now, if you could set up maybe some owner financing or something to make it easier for somebody to acquire the property, you could probably do a deal that way and wholesale the terms. But as far as just a straight cash deal, nah, that doesn't work if your numbers are what you say they are. So that doesn't work. Just a straight cash deal.
Okay, Jerron, I hope that helps. On Facebook, we'll scroll down a little bit. It's
What's the name?
Hakeem Ingleson's question.
Yeah, I had somebody told me, say they ask a question every week.
Oh, we have that one person that says every week they ask a question. I never ask. I ain't going for it. Nope. But it's Hakeem Ingleson. His question is posted on Facebook. Hey guys, if you're wondering why I keep repeating myself, so Ty has a new toy. As always, but it allows him to take your questions that are being posted on Facebook.
I see it here.
And put them on the
best way to go about something?
Question.
What is the best way to go about showing?
Yeah, but I'm gonna read the question. You just put the question up.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. No, sorry.
He wants to know what's the best way to go about showing the property we have under contract to cash buyers with the seller still living in the property.
Okay. Very simple. It may not always be simple. Whenever that situation where the seller is still living there, you just have to be there, or someone needs to be there representing you to make sure, number one, this is the importance of video in the property, uploading to YouTube and then sending out to your buyers. So they will have an idea of what the property is before they even go out. So you don't have a lot of people running through the house, especially when someone lives there. So if you send them the video and they still want to see it, then you let them know, hey, I'm wholesaling this property. The owner still lives there. Any price negotiations need to go through me. I have it under contract already. Okay, if they're not comfortable with that, go to the next person, buyer or whatever. But most will be okay, that's fine. You can ask questions about the property at the seller or whatever, but you need to be standing there on all conversation, or again, someone needs to be representing your interest. So that's how it's done.
All right. So Felix on Facebook, the next question up, says, hey, Flipman, Just locked in my no money down PSA on the 30th of December, and he got a buyer on the 3rd. He will be making 11 grand. Whoop whoop. It's a
Oh,
check.
that's what's that.
It's a
I
check.
hope that closes for you, man. I hope it closes.
Felix, keep us posted. Let us know how that goes. Single mom says it's your gate anniversary. That's cute.
Gator bursary. Oh
Gate
man.
anniversary.
Oh, brilliant.
All right. Terrence has a similar question. You pretty much just answered it, but it's on YouTube. I have a seller who has a current renter still living in the house. The renter has 3 months left on the lease. What is the best way to structure that deal between me and the seller and me and the buyer? So,
That deal needs to be really, really attractive, because you're not going to normally have a buyer to purchase and wait that long. If the seller needs the money now, it has to be really attractive for a buyer to buy it. You make your money, and but it has to be more discounted than normal, because that's a long time to wait on a property. And then what happens if the renter decides to become a squatter? Who knows how long that would take, depending on what state you're in. So it needs to be a really attractive deal. Number one, to even have a chance on something like that.
okay, single mom phenom has some info. She says that she tried envelope mailers with okay success. She did handwritten with a lot of responses, but no deals. So she's going to try the mail to flip mails at the end of the week. 1,000 on the first round with 1,000 more to follow the next week. She just said she will let you know how they compare.
Hey, let's make it happen. Great, great. Thank you.
All right, keep us posted, single mom. Let's see here. Our web has a comment on YouTube. Says, hey Ty, after this high school basketball game, obviously is that a game, I'm pumped to watch you and my guy Kong Lee from Wholesale to Millions. So glad you did that interview.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna post it on my channel also. But yeah, he yeah, it was great. It was great.
Mm-hmm. All right, Tesha in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We'll see you next week. Bye. Cut it out. Okay. Let's see here. Billy, yes, watch the video. I'm sorry you couldn't get it to work, that it's frozen for you. And those who say you can't see me on Facebook, I know. I logged out because Javon and Miss Carrie was giving me the business with the feedback. So I decided just to log off. So you can hear me. You can see the questions as Ty posts them up, but you cannot see me. We will have the kinks worked out most definitely by next week. Sorry about that. Deandra, this is still on YouTube. How important is going to your local real estate meetings each month? Do you attend those meetings?
I don't. I'm not a networker in that sense. I've some of my efforts are coming to pass, with all the exposure out here. Hopefully, all stay positive. I guess that ain't always the case, but so I get a lot of people reaching out to me. I need that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a network. I'm not just the type of person. Hey, my name is Tyrone. What do you do? I don't work like that or whatever. Even the way I meet women, it's just in the past. But meet women, it's because we have to talk. It's not because I'm just in the mall somewhere and I think she's cute or something. I just go, hey, my name is Ty, but what in the world could I possibly say they hadn't heard? That's my mindset. I know guys wouldn't be successful with it, but I'm getting off kilter here. But I advise you to go to the real meetings. It couldn't hurt. Now, a lot of them are going to cost to have some type of membership. So in most cases, it's going to probably be to your benefit, if not just being around like-minded people, or some of them would be like-minded, but not my thing because I'm not a network. If I go to a real meeting, I'll go in there and listen to whoever is talking or whatever they got going on and won't say anything to anyone. You know what I'm saying? So same thing when I go to church. I go in, they walk right out when it's over or whatever. I'm not the person hanging around shaking. It's not me or whatever. So, but I'm telling you, hey, do it. You know, especially if you're someone that like to engage and talk with others and try to, you know, just make yourself known and see if you could connect and benefit from the possible relationship that you build with someone. So, but that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense, but I like the way you slid in there. I used to, and not anymore. You covered yourself. Nice save. You did that. They had to play that back real slow to catch. Day Trader on Instagram asks, can I wholesale properties to someone who has to take out a loan? He also owns multiple rentals, if that helps. And thank you.
No. I'm sure it's possible, but they're probably doing something they shouldn't be doing. You know, so to answer your question, no, you need a cash buyer.
Okay, so let's go to Facebook with this question from One Life Live It. One Life Live It. Are you ready, Ty?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm ready. Go ahead.
It's a Facebook question. You're going to post it up.
What's the name?
That's why this does not work. Yeah, I got to get my connection.
Wait a minute. Hold your panties. What's the name?
One Life.
Who?
Yeah. One Life Live It.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see him here. Go ahead.
Okay. So he's asking, well, he says, I have a property under contract and potential buyers that want to see the inside of the house. However, I did take several pictures and posted them on Facebook. The owner doesn't want to have people in and out the property because she lives there. Should I convince her to allow buyers to come in, or should the pictures be enough for the buyers to go on as far as buying the property? That's a lot of words.
Well, I somewhat explained that just a minute ago, right?
You did, but I didn't read all of it before I asked it. Sorry.
Yeah, so yeah, I just explained that, so hopefully they were already watched. If not, you can just go back about maybe about 48 minutes into this particular recording on YouTube or Facebook. I already answered that, so.
Okay, so One Life, we'll go back. Kind of, we did, yeah. I'm sorry, but let's see here. Yeah, we've answered all this question. Corey Holmes on YouTube has a question in regards to a commercial building. He says on a vacant commercial building, the asking price is $300,000. He got a national tenant to agree to $2,500 a month on a 15-year absolute triple N lease, 10% cap. How much is that worth? How much can I make off of that?
What's the square footage on the building?
Okay, Corey, if you're listening, we're going to ask you some additional questions. I need you to go ahead and respond quickly. So what's the square footage of the building? Don't have that information. What else you need?
Well, he said $2,500 a month, so I really sort of don't need that. 12 at a 10% cap. He has it under contract for what amount?
Agreed to $2,500 a month on a 15-year absolute.
Yeah, well, the 10% cap is based on that, it'll be worth 300 if my math is right here. I think they said that was the actual price, but on an 8 cap, divided by, that would be 375. So, you know.
So is it a deal? Is it worth it?
I don't remember what he said as far as the price of the building.
The asking price was $300.
Yeah, if you can get it, you know, you'll be able to move that at an 8 cap. You know, that's $75,000.
Okay, Corey. Hope that helps you out. Answers your question. Jay, I think you did miss your answer on Instagram. And post it again. Make sure I didn't miss it, because I think you logged out and I logged out at the same time. Because your app reset. Let's see here. Rail count Instagram. I'm in Detroit, and it's a lot of money here to be made, but it's a lot of vacant houses. What's your advice again to find the owners?
Where was this from? This was from Instagram.
This is Instagram, correct?
Well, number one, Obviously, you can figure out the address. If you don't, a good app that I would recommend is Land Glide, Land Glide, Glide. I think that's available Androids and Apple devices, but it'll help you determine location if that county is providing that type of information to the public. But you determine where the tax bill is going. Normally, that's going to identify ownership. From there, you try to find a phone number for that individual. If you can't, then you'll send them a piece of direct mail. You can send them. Boom.
Ah, that's cute.
Oh, you hadn't seen it, hey?
Not personally, but it has the picture of the actual house on the postcard.
Yeah, I hate taking this long to show it out. Yeah, but I posted a video yesterday. You don't follow my videos?
Okay, so I have a question for Ken.
This is mail to Flip right here. This is what I've been talking about. I hate that it took this long throughout this particular video. This is mail to Flip. This is what I've been talking about. It actually has a picture of that person's house, and it says, I want to buy your house. And they're like, wow, the most difficult thing to do whenever you're trying to do direct mail is to get your message read. You're hoping that you don't end up in the trash can. Most people sort their mail over the trash can. So this will stand out. Some of them still going to end up in the trash, but when you send them a picture of a property they actually own, and it says, is this your house? This letter's going to probably get open. What do you think, Adrian?
Well, it doesn't have to be open, but yeah, it's going to get looked.
Well, this is the actual letter here, but the other one is
yeah.
Other one is postcard. You know what I'm saying? So mail.
Yeah, well, I need to see why you got my picture
on, but mailtoflip.com. Huh?
Yeah, what? I would need to see. I want to know why you got the picture of my house on my mail. So yeah.
And you probably might get cussed out a couple times, but they're gonna cuss you out when you just send them direct mail. So what? Not no pictures on it. So whatever. See, but that, you know what that means? You can officially eliminate them off your list. Well, or you can mail them again. Send out Big Gator.
Don't be that person. Don't be that person.
Hey, where's my Gator? Big Gator. Send it right. Hey, send it UPS to them next time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Y'all didn't come for my advice, so I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and go for that. Let's see here. Steven's question on Facebook was actually at the very, very beginning. I'm trying to scroll back, make sure I didn't miss anybody. So you might be able to find that one, but it's at the very beginning.
Okay. Let me see.
You see it?
Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, okay. Happy New Year. Steven said Happy New Year. Where is he? Okay, where is it?
It's actually the third one. It's about in regards to a property that has an ARV of 145 to 150.
No, I don't see him, but go ahead with the question.
Okay. If the property has an ARV of 145 to 150, and I got it under contract at 116.5, and it needs cosmetics of roughly 5,000. So we'll just say at 122. Is that a deal?
He said ARV was 145, 150?
Correct.
And he said he can get it for 116?
Correct. But it needs about $5,000 in repair.
145 times 70%. See, the formula, guys, is not set in stone, and that's the price that you need to make the deal work. But what it does is for stuff like this. Now, I can do math in my head pretty quick, whatever. I don't have to do it, but for the sake of this, I want to get the correct number. You do 70% times 145, that leaves 101,500. Just off the top, we don't have to go any further. That is not a deal at that price at 116, right? Subtract the 5,000 in repairs. Now we're at 96,500. You hadn't even made any money yet. We can start right there. We're $20,000 off. So in order to make that a deal, you're really going to probably need that around 80 to have a chance.
All right. Hope that answers that question for you. Hi, Keisha. My friend is watching. She can't see me because she's on Facebook. Hope you heard that shout out. Helen Marie says, thanks for putting me back into the loop. She's listening and viewing your show live. One Life says, great videos on YouTube. And in general, I appreciate your transparency. Yay. And Martin, I'm new and trying to get the courage to invest the money in my bandit signs. Do that thing.
Oh man, hold on. Let's hold up. Let's hold up.
What?
And when he say invest money in bands, I don't know what the situation is, Playboy. That was a male, right?
I'm hoping Martin could be.
Okay.
Yes.
Martin, might be Martin. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna assume that's a dude. So, Playboy. All right, I can't count your pockets. Let me just say that, right? We're talking $200. Okay, you may have to spend another 200. At the end of the day, but we're just gonna start with 200. That'll get you 200 single sided, one color bandit signs. Can't guarantee you a deal there because I don't know if you really understand how to put them out. But again, I don't know your financial situation. All right, but assuming you made the comment, it seems like you actually have the money to do it, but you're just terrified to do it. All right. Do it. Do it, man. If you had to do that 200 5 times, so that's a grand, right? Is that a grand? You put your math?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's in Tucson, if that helps.
Tucson, Arizona.
Yes.
That $200 or even that $1,000, just says 1,000, whatever. But I'm gonna just say $200. With the potential of that being a $5,000 payday, that's nothing to think about. Even if you had to spend $1,000 for a $5,000 payday, that's $4,000 profit. There are not many businesses you can start that way legally and get that type of return.
Keyword, legally.
You're not even making that kind of money on dope. 200 and make 5,000.
Hey, I know
I don't know enough about it, but I'm assuming they don't have that unless you're at the other end of the food chain of that. 200 and make 5,000.
Well, okay. So, Martin, at the end of the day, what we're all doing is encouraging you right now, today.
I'm not encouraging. That's not encouraging.
You are encouraging, but mine just sounds a little bit more positive,
Okay, well, yeah.
I'm just being a little bit more positive. You can do this. Put them out. You have all these subscribers between Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook who are telling you that they put out the bandit signs. And yes, sometimes it may not be a quick turnaround, but it helps. It happens. We have Terrence and his $5,000 deal. We have, I forgot the gentleman's name, who just made $11,000. I mean, come on now, put the signs up. Yes, you're welcome, Martin.
Well, and you got to buy them first, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
Any business is going to require money. Some say
it's
a risk, more say. Now, you can do this. No, let me clarify, because what we have all over, it says no money. Yes, you can make your own handmade bandit signs and not pay a dime for them. You can find some cardboard, and so yeah. Hey, but if you have $200, can borrow $200 and say, hey, maybe in 60 days, 90 days, yeah, let's go with 90 days. I can give you money back. This would be your best option, I think. You agree?
You asking me?
Oh, no, I ain't asking you. Anyway, so, I forgot who it was, but someone did ask a question. It says, in your course, would you tell them where to place bandit signs?
Yeah, now, guys, I'm sorry, what? Go ahead.
Well, I mean, are you going to tell them stop sign on the corner of such and such and such? No.
But you're going to direct them there. But I'm going to assist you as much as you need it. And, yes. Some of it you're gonna have to take my guidance, but some of it you're going to think outside the box and maybe even be a little bit more creative than I would be. I hope you'll share it with me afterwards, but I'm going to guide you based on my experience as much as I possibly can without actually being there. But it's not brain surgery, because the main thing with putting out bandage surgery, that's not the only method. Some people don't want to do it, but you always want to keep in mind, if I'm sitting in traffic at a certain angle, would I be able to view this sign? Not while I'm moving at 45 miles an hour. So it needs to be in intersections where stop signs and or traffic lights exist.
All right. So we have Eric in Waterloo, Iowa. He said he sold his first house and made $1,000. He asked for $1,000 earnest money. He's asking, was that a good idea? Because he already essentially had his money. Hey, any money is money. We ain't complaining. You're going to get your $1,000 regardless. But what do you think about that, Ty? Should he have added a little extra?
What happened there? What was the question?
Basically, he put the home under contract. Let's say it was for 30, and he put it under contract with the buyer for 31, where he was only making $1,000, but the earnest money that he required was $1,000. So he had his money from the very get-go.
All right, what's half of zero? That's a good idea. What's half of zero?
Nothing.
I'm taking that $1,000. That's just $1,000 just fell out of the sky.
Oh gosh.
Hey, I'm taking that $1,000. Hey, that's definitely yes. See, yes.
All right, and he says he spent $0. He advertised on Facebook, so that works. That works too. Way to go, Eric in Waterloo. $1,000 more today than what you had yesterday. Let's see here. Roderick says, I just made $6,500 today with no signs. Oh, cha-ching. Somebody else got a check before the 5th. Y'all actually coming through with the challenge. Yeah, that's right. Roderick, tell us how.
My father.
Give us a little bit more details on that. Yeah, as you can see, Roger, people are asking, how did you do it? What was it under contract for? What was the, the condition of the home? How long did it take you? That's the question that a lot of people want to know. How long did it take you to get that $6,500 check? Rolanda is a first-time wholesaler, wants to know where to start. I see quite a few new names, new people. Welcome, Tamika. Her question, she's new to the ones that have been in this wholesaling. When did you actually start doing this after researching this opportunity? So, Todd, after
talk about me.
Well, she was just asking in general, but we're here to ask you questions. So, look, I say it every week. We're here for your opinion, So, how much time?
It's your tone, like you're not asking me, like you're asking them. That's why I keep saying you're talking to me. So if I'm that you make a valid point, and you're right. That's why I guess they're here. But all right, well, as I mentioned a little earlier, as of this month is when I first started educating myself 15 years ago, back in 2003. Now, for me, it's not going to be the same for anyone else. I'm not saying good or bad. My situation was been, but this is the way I go about it. And everybody's resources are the same. The way they retain information is going to be different. I'm one of those people. If you show me, a lot of times all I need is the idea. And I'll do the internet is so powerful, I'll do the additional research from there. I'm just on it like a hornet or whatever. But I educated myself. I ate and slept it. I was just looking for that opportunity, which I've always been doing, since my 20s or whatever. And it just sounded so good and like it was something that I could really do, just based on the weaknesses I have as an individual. So after I educated myself, Instagram is down. Hold on a second. How we get Instagram back up? Oh, there we go.
Sorry, guys, we lost Instagram. And for those of you, we did start a little late and we always run a little bit over. So we're restarting Instagram. Facebook was having difficulties on my end, apparently, with feedback and echoing. So there you can see Ty and hear me, but you can't see me. I know you'll be all right. If you want to see me, go to YouTube. I look better than I did last year. Not really, but you can look and see anyway. As always, guys, don't forget to invite a friend. Like. Brand new year, great time to jump right into wholesaling. It can be done. Don't let the naysayers tell you that it can't. Takes little to no money down. You can do it with zero, but if you have a little, that makes it a little bit better. All the information you need is available on Ty's YouTube channels. He does offer one-to-one course training, mentorships. It ain't free, tell you that. Nobody's time is free, so make sure you're using all the resources that are available to you at no cost before you decide to jump out there. But if you need someone to hold your hand, Ty's the man. So you got Instagram back up?
Oh, we up.
I tell you what, I'm just slacking today. I don't know what's going on.
We got it. My bad. We gonna get your technology side right, cause you.
And my technology is fine. Y'all team iPhone folks, bump y'all. I'm team Android. Ain't nothing going wrong over here. Actually, yeah, because I really don't see it. Okay, I got it now. The question there on Instagram before we tagged out was, what is an idea of your daily schedule? Most people ask you this like every other week, but yours isn't typical for my day or somebody's starting out day because you've already, got things set out. So it's going to be different. But what should our day be? Because your day don't count.
People that have jobs?
We're going to go with people who have jobs.
I'm assuming that's the majority of people. Because I did have a job when I started this. Now, the job that I had was probably a little more unique than others because I worked a split shift. I used to go in at 7 in the morning, 7 a.m. and work till like 10:30 or 11. And then I would come back at like 3 o'clock. So I had like, 3 or 4 hours in between to do some stuff. Now, I did have days where that wasn't possible, so the way I used to do it when I had an actual gig is that I did now the time frame we're in right now, the daylight hours are shorter. So I'm not going to do anything at night. I think the very first, well, not the very first, I wanted to call the very first holiday deals, but like one of the probably very, first, I guess, 5 or 6 houses I looked at. One of them, the girl I was dating at the time, we went and looked at it in the dark or whatever. Never do that. Didn't look that bad in the dark. Went back out there the next day. Oh man, it's just like I kept making sure I was looking at the right house, but I was. So, but my point is that we got shorter daylight hours now. And so not much you can do. Most people work 8 to 5, 7 to 3, whatever. Not much you can do or whatever in that sense, as far as going out to look at houses, maybe putting out banners. I'm not going to put out banner signs at night. Some people only put them out at night. I'm just telling you what I don't do or whatever. I'm not going to drive my guy around at night or whatever. So, I'm broad daylight Ty. So if you can do your cold calling in the evenings, to your landlords, or if you're going to cold call for, properties that are for sale, however you want to do it. So if it were me, what I would do now, because I know a lot more than I knew back then, is that I'm going to make a goal that I'm going to reach out to, if I'm cold calling now, I'm going to contact at least 5 sellers per day. Now you can do that on your breaks, your lunch breaks, all the way, and then after work or whatever. And the reason I use the number 5, and it doesn't have to be 5, it can be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 10, but I'm just using the number 5. If you do that over the course, we'll say over a 30-day cycle, that's 150 people that you've reached out to and seeing if they were interested in selling their house. Oh, you'll do a deal. It's just no question about it. The problem is most people can't be that consistent with it or whatever. Or if you're going to do, if you don't have the time or you don't think you have the time, you can do direct mail. Not promoting, but I am promoting. Mail to flip.com. You can do direct mail and just field the calls, to a certain number. And, they'll leave a message. If they don't leave a message, you have caller ID. You send it out a piece to someone. So if they don't leave a message, they call that number specifically that you have designated for your business. Then you just simply call them back. Hey, did someone call me about selling a house? Most people are like, yes, I did. You send me a piece of mail. I want to see what you were talking about. Just go into it. All right. And now most people say, well, I don't have time. So I was chatting with a guy yesterday. You know how many hours are in a week, Adrian?
24 hours a day. I don't know a lot. Shoot. Don't be quizzing me on the fly. 24 times 7. 168.
There you go. Boy, you bad. You came up there in your head, or you did it? Oh.
I was already crunching numbers. I'm good. I really am, but I wasn't thinking. Call me off guard. Don't be doing that. Making folks think I'm slow. I can add, subtract, multiply, and
hey, we're gonna make them thank you that. Yeah, but my point was, this guy is that I said, oh, how many hours do you work a week? So he works about, I think, what he said, 11 times. He works about 50, 55 hours a week. So originally I did 50, but he worked 55 hours a week. So I said, all right, so subtract 55 from 168. Mm-hmm. 168, that leaves 113. So we're going to give you 8 hours of sleep. So times 7, what is that, 56?
Mm-hmm, that's right.
So that leaves another 57. We're gonna give you some more screw off time. We're gonna give you another 2 hours just to watch Empire and the Kardashian. How you say that, Kardashians?
Don't worry about it. We got 43 hours left.
Yeah, we'll give you another 2 hours a day just to do that. All right, so over 60 days. So now you have 17 hours that you can put into the business, right? So even if that was only, what is that? 30, what is it, 17? So now you have basically a half an hour a day that you can put in the business. But I'm kidding here. You need to let the Kardashians and Empire go. That gives you another 60 hours that you can do the business after sleeping and working or whatever. Or even if you cut the Kardashian Empire hours in half, you still have 30 hours that you can put into the business. So there's really no excuse. People say they don't have time. I got this from Gary Vee. I know it's not everybody's situation, but for most people, if you don't have the money, normally you got the time. It just, most people won't do what it takes. So, next question.
All right, let's see here. Martin wants to know, he said he can't find the video of your first deal. This is from Facebook. He says he can't find the video of your first deal that was a lease that you had to give the $5,000 back. Can you tell it real quick?
Oh, no. No.
Is there a video? Do you remember what it's called?
Yeah, like all of the older, I'll go ahead and tell it. You know what I'm saying? You know the story? It don't matter.
Okay, I'm up.
But anyway, guy called me, and it was his mom's house. She had passed, left him in the house, but he still had a mortgage on it. And he didn't live in the house. And the house that he lived in had a mortgage on it. Also, he was making 2 payments. He couldn't afford it. So I went and looked at the house. From my understanding at that time, it didn't meet a cash deal because of the mortgage balance that was left. So I explained to him how a lease option works. All right, so he agreed to it. We put it on the contract, lease with an option to buy. So I started advertising the property. This lady stepped forward. She wanted to, she wanted the house. She had kids. She wanted, them to be in a house or whatever. So she agreed to give me, $5,000 down. So I met her at an old Charlie's on Roebuck Parkway in Birmingham. It's not there anymore. I think it's a Mexican restaurant there now. You Birminghamians know what I'm talking about, or know where I'm talking about. And that was $5,100 she put in my hands, the most money I had ever seen outside of a tax return. All right, so um, the house needed some repairs, and the through conversations with the owner, he did some handiwork. So I was trying to create a win-win. So I said, hey, let him do some of the work. Also, he wanted to try to refi the mortgage on his house, and I was still at a job at that time. I was working at Bell South, which is now AT&T. And one of the guys that I work with, he did mortgages on the side, and so created another win-win. Hooked him up with the owner of that property. So just through general talk, I had told my buddy that, hey, I found somebody for the house, man. The lady already gave me $5,000. Just do conversations with him, not really, telling my business or anything. He just was talking. He told the seller, I mean, the owner, the seller, the property that, hey, Tyra already has a lady ready to go in the house. She's already given 5,000. Now he was having financial difficulties. The owner was, found out later. So he got upset because he thought that I should have given him at least half of, if not all of that money. So when he was scheduled to meet the lady at the house, when he came over there like a madman, told her to get off his property. He was going to call the police, and Tyrone did not own this property. So she obviously thought she had been scammed. The flip man had scammed her. So she called me crying, told me what happened. I asked her where was she at right then, and I'll bring her her money. I had already spent about 700 of it. I don't know how I came up with the rest of it, but I gave her her money back. So I called him. He and I got into a heated argument. My buddy that was doing the mortgage for him told me that he was a preacher. That never came up when I did. It really didn't make a difference, but I knew how to jab him. I just basically told him in a nutshell, hey, whoever's following you, I feel sorry for them, because you are a MFer. So a few other things. And he said, if I ever see you again, it's not going to be pretty, or something to that nature. We hung up. So that was my first day. It blew up in my face. So boom, there you go.
Okay, Martin, you happy now?
Well, I cussed the preacher
another
out.
4 minutes of our time.
Huh? I cussed the preacher out. My mom would be proud. I know my sister. She better not be watching this.
Yeah, she might have logged off a little while ago.
Oh boy.
Okay, guys. So seriously, we started a little late, but we always make up our time. It's 22 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour, my time. So as always, at this point, I give Ty the opportunity to do a little house cleaning, say any few tidbits, direct you to any new websites he's created. If you know him well enough, you've been with us long enough, he comes up with one all the time. And what I will do is go around all of our platforms and pick 2 or 3 questions from each one and close us out for the evening. So before I do that, do you have anything you would like to say to the very good people?
Oh, yeah, man. To make sure you guys take advantage of mailtoflip.com is what I'm going to be doing, what I'm doing. Got a deal in motion right now from it in Mobile. That's why I need some help. If someone's down there that needs to, I need a couple of videos taken of the property or whatever. And I'll straighten you. You'll be rewarded handsomely if we can put a deal together. But mailtoflip.com, man, I'm strongly going to recommend it as a avenue as far as what you should be doing as far as marketing. We mentioned it a number of times, but we got the 200 plus videos. Anyone can take advantage of them. You don't ever have to talk to me. It's all there for free. Toot my own horn. I don't think anything else is out there like that as far as on this topic. So we're gonna figure this thing out on the other side of Facebook, because I need my compadre on the screen too on Facebook, even though they can hear. But we're gonna make it happen. You got anything else, baby girl?
No, I'm still challenging each and every one of you to most definitely put your best foot forward this year, especially my frequent subscribers. We chit chat, we jab, we laugh, we giggle every week. But all that aside, we're here to make money. I encourage you all to do what you got to do, make those phone calls, and get it done. Let's see here. Alternate actually doesn't even have a question. He just wanted to say, It's 8:18 where he is. He's tired, but right now he is handwriting letters to out-of-state owners of vacant land lots. He did 50 yesterday, and he's doing 50 tonight. He's mailed out 400 so far from his mailing list. He's gotten several calls, 4 offers sent out, no bites, but he's continuing to work on his first deal. So that's what we're talking about. You got to put in the time. You know, you might be tired, but that money will make up for it.
That's it, man.
It will. It will. It will. It will. Okay. So with that being said, making my rounds, we're gonna go on. Just lost it. Facebook. Shantae Swan has a question.
What's Shantae? Where my girl at? Where you at, baby girl? Let me see.
Oh gosh, haven't you been watching the news? You can't just be calling everybody baby girl. You know, just
well, I'll be on the news. Shantae, what's her name?
Swan.
Oh, she got a long. She got a long message here. Okay.
She does. She says, "Hey guys, Central Florida in the house. So here goes. I'm trying to outsource some of my tasks so I can focus on other things versus everything. But I'm not sure of which CRM is more effective. Which one do you recommend? I'm trying to get a VA to do cold calling and screening my calls to narrow down my list to only motivated sellers." Any suggestions?
First of all, I'm assuming if you're gonna hire a VA to do the cold calling, that's good. That's good. If you got calls coming in, though, I would recommend, unless you just don't have the time to do it, that you handle those or whatever. But as far as a CRM, I'm not going to recommend one at this point because that's what Deal You Later will be. Now, Deal You Later goes to a real rehab evaluator right now, which offers the value and deal analyzer, but it doesn't offer the CRM. So I'm not going to recommend one now because that's what I will be promoting here soon once we get it up going in the next few weeks. So, boom.
All right, Shante, hopes that answers your questions. On Instagram, I know we restarted it. All I have is from Domestic Designs. We set out our bandit signs in blue and red, now trying to see if people call. Well, keep us posted, Domestic. People will call. Even
How
if
many do you have out also that matters? You know, you got to, you know, you don't want to go crazy, but you want to be strategic, think outside the box, be visible, but invisible.
All right. So how many do you have out? Ty just told us earlier that a good number would be, what was it, 50 per week, 200 per month? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So keep that in mind. As always, when putting up your signs, don't go crazy. Don't placard them all in one area. Put up a few to see if they stay up a little while before you burn through them and waste them. They work, guys. They do work, though. On YouTube, let's see here. Daniel's about to order his first 100 bandit signs tomorrow. Way to go.
Yes, sir.
Let's see here. Read that already. Corey wants to know, will your one-page purchase sale contract work for assigning it to a buyer on a commercial deal?
Mm-mm.
Nope, it won't.
Nope.
No, Corey, it will not work. Hope that answers that quickly for you. Brandon Conrad. This sounds more like, is it a deal? The seller wants around 50K. The comps in the area, the ARVs are around 100 to 140. So we'll go middle, 120. The county parcel appraised it at 141. Should I put this under contract?
They want 50?
50.
Yeah, that's, yeah. Some of the repairs ain't 75, but yeah, 50 works. Yes.
Barring that the repairs aren't astronomical, Brandon, it sounds like you have yourself a good deal. A really good deal.
Oh, yeah. You got a story to tell, Playboy.
Sounds like you should be getting a check.
Can I say Playboy?
You can say Playboy. Yeah, you can. You know what? I say that. You say Playboy and baby girl a lot, but I say sweetie and love. And,
all right.
chastised me yesterday for calling her sweetie. And I was like, boo, you in the South. It's a term of endearment
Put her
because
in
you
the
are
head,
far from sweet. But I can see if it came from a guy, but from another female, I'm like, I'm not checking for you like that,
carry
sweetie.
this gate around and just lash it to her face.
Just take a whole front face out, go all chimpanzee. Never mind. Okay. Sticking with YouTube. Going to another question. Mark Gutierrez wants to know: should I make an offer over the phone with the seller, or should I wait until I visit the property? Well, you never make an offer unless you haven't seen it, right?
Well, yeah, you can, because you can do a little data on it.
Yeah, when you have experience, not off. Well, I don't know. He might be
Well,
experienced.
he didn't, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes the price is so far off from where you need to be, which normally they are, that
Mhm.
you just don't, you could do it just for experience of, interacting with sellers or whatever. But I'm going to advise you the price needs to work over the phone or come close to working over the phone before you go out. And sometimes it's not possible because some people won't give you an offer. You have to make a judgment call from there. But for the most part, I got to get a price over the phone um, what's the word I'm looking for? Before I go out there and look at it.
Mm-hmm. Before you showed any interest, yeah.
And you want to video. You want to take this device here, probably one of the top 5 greatest inventions to man. The proper way is not like this, Adria, on iPhones anyway. I don't know about the other stuff. Always on.
It's a hater.
If you hold it like this, it's going to show like this. It's just, you got this, you got screen out here, screen out here. But if you hold it like this, it's going to show how me and Adria are presented on the screen right now. I'm not being funny or cute, but most people don't know. That's why when you get videos and it might some have them in a mall or some people might have been fighting or some, you got this part of the screen blacked out there because most people don't know the proper way of holding their phone whenever you're trying to take pictures and or video.
So yeah, if you're videoing the accident scene instead of calling 911 or offering assistance, hold your phone horizontally. Tidbit of the day.
Yes. That's when you
No,
business.
put the phone down.
When
Oh
you
my gosh.
business. That is the proper
Okay.
way. That is a pet peeve of mine.
It really is. Drove 45 minutes to redo a video. We will share that story later because I obviously did not do it right. Next thing I know, I got a message that showed me the correct way. This is how it should have been done. But if you was gonna drive all the way down here to do it yourself anyway, you should have just did it yourself from the get-go. I'm just saying, but I'm off that high horse, getting down. Nay. Okay. Simone, would you recommend using a realtor for some properties? For instance, MLS listed properties.
What does she mean? To try to find a buyer? What was that from?
That was from Facebook. It was the very last question. Miss Simone.
Why you didn't tell me, man?
Because it was the last question. I'm making my roundabouts and it take you too long.
Where's that question at?
See, that's why I didn't tell you. It should be the very last one, the most recent one.
I see it here. I see my girl right here. Hey, Simone. All right, so
I'm sorry, Simone.
But anyway, I'm assuming you mean would you recommend using a realtor for some properties? I guess you're trying to mean find deals. Yeah, you could do that. You just have to know how to play the game with realtors. Keep in mind that they're working on commission, so their bills are first, paying their bills are first. So if you keep that in mind, so you don't want to bring a realtor to the table in the sense, if you're going to deal with listed properties, not per se a particular realtor, just target the property itself and contact that listing agent. Now you give them an opportunity to double dip, meaning keeping 100% of the commission. Whether you know it or not, most realtors depend on other realtors to provide a buyer for their listed property. So that means they have to split the commission 50-50, not taking into account, then they're going to still have to split with their broker if they're not a broker themselves. So if you contact the listing agent directly yourself, then you give them an opportunity to keep 100% of the commission, which may give you a better chance of getting a deal with that actual agent. So I mean, well, I say getting a deal with the agent, getting the agent to work in your favor as far as getting your offer accepted. Example, if an agent understands that, hey, if I list a property for $100,000 and another agent brings a buyer to the table, we split the 6% commission that it may have. That's a common number. Then that's $6,000, and you get $3,000, I get $3,000 before the broker split. All right, but is say, hey, you go to the agent and say, hey, I'm going to offer $60,000. They actually make more money at $60,000. 6% times 60,000 is 3,600. That's $600 more. Most of them can't see that. Their mind just don't automatically say, I make more money. So if they go to the owner and say, hey, this person, we got an offer for $60,000. I think we need to wait. That's they trying to lowball us. I don't really think we should accept that offer, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of times the seller would have actually accepted $60,000, but because the agent came to them in that way, then they just gonna automatically reject it also. But if the agent would have came to them and say, hey, I think this is gonna be the best offer we're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? So that just them coming to them in that way, now the owner may accept it. See what I mean? So don't ever think that they don't have their bills, paying their bill in the forefront of anything that they do. I'm professional. I'm worrying about my client. Okay, you can do that. But again, your bills are first. So, you know, you just got to have the right mindset when dealing with them. So that's one thing. Then you have to be prepared to earnest money that they may want and, you know, approval fund. So, yeah, you can do it, Simone.
All right.
Good question.
Kathy is at the Jersey Shore. She's going crazy. She has 14 inches of snow. We go crazy over 3 inches of snow. So I can
crazy over a half an inch. Talking about 3 inches and a half.
Wait a minute, 14 inches? That's like a shoe. Oh man, yeah. Just I hope you got your milk bread.
Over. It'll be over around. Oh my God. Hey, it's cold as Hades here. Only got in the 30s today. Oh my God.
I can only imagine.
You people that live in the Northeast, parts of the Midwest, hey, God bless you. I don't see how you can put up with 150 days of this type of weather, man. I couldn't make it. I'd have to be making a lot more money than what I make right now to live in those environments. Some places God did not intend for us to live.
True. New Jersey is obviously one of them.
Oh my God.
Let's see here. Tragula, I ran a cheap Facebook ad for about a week, received one lead. We'll call tomorrow. We'll reroute your video of the questions to ask the seller. I'm getting Gator and hope to close my first deal by March. You will. I'm speaking it on you. Tragula speaks. I'm speaking that on you. You got this. Get Gator. As far as final question, Instagram, sell, count, cash. Is it better to email or bring the contract to the seller? I can answer this. You typically email, never physically hand the contract. It doesn't matter.
Don't say never, but yeah, you want to say
rarely.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Rarely, yeah. Anyway, so okay.
If my mama got an email address, even though we can't remember the passcode, everybody got one. I guess it just needs to be as simple as we need to set up her another email address, right?
Yeah, either there's that thing called forgot password, and most people use the simplest questions. What's your mama maiden name? The hospital where you going in.
I know, man, and I set up a classic email too, man. Whatever, but so.
All right. Guys, I'm done. You done?
I'm done. I'm DONE. So we're out. We went extra over the date.
Until next week, I don't know if any of you are from our area, but next Monday there is a very big game going on. It's called something, I think it's what the national champ. I don't know. Bama typically wins it. I think they're going to win. Anyway, roll tide. Yeah, just throwing that in there. Not really a fan. I root for whoever my numbers fall on. So, yeah,
Oh,
more of
you
a
on the
game.
board? You on the board?
Yes. I posted that. I was like, I'm rooting for both teams. I need both of them to
You
score a
get?
touchdown.
What numbers you get? Or they ain't put them yet?
Oh, yeah, I don't have them yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I had some stupid numbers last week. Didn't even work. Wasting my money. Don't waste your money on gambling. Go buy bandit signs. There you go.
All right, that's the quote of the day.
Quote of the day. Appreciate you guys joining us. Join us next week, Thursday, 7 o'clock. That's Central Time. It might be 6 or 5. That's right, Rock. Roll Tide. We will see you again later. Do your best. Put those bandit signs out. Make those calls. Make you some money. Get you a check. Get Gator. We will see you on the flip side.